Well, temperatures are pretty moderate in southern Oregon and northern California, depending on where you are. We have low 60s right now along the Oregon coast to 63 in Brookings. It's 77 for both Medford and Klamath Falls. Further east, we're still into the 70s, 78 in Lakeview, but already into the low 80s for Montague and Mount Shasta City. Interesting thing about Brookings right now is you're 63. You were also 63 at this time yesterday, and the wind, well, it's not doing a whole lot right now, and I was expecting the wind to change out of the north and 7 degrees cooler compared to 24 hours ago in that sense. So things are going to be interesting. I'll tell you about that here in a second. But temperatures between 4 to 7 degrees warmer as you head away from the coast. So a good sign it's going to warm up for today. Not a whole lot of wind throughout the region at this time. The wind will pick up eventually throughout the daytime hours once we get towards the late afternoon. Could see wind gusts maybe 20 to 25 miles an hour, so nothing really all that significant, but more than what we saw yesterday. Right now, the satellite picture showing all the clouds just to our east, or just to the east of Lake County. So another interesting scenario here is we were looking at the possibility of thunderstorms for Siskiyou and parts of east the Cascades for later this afternoon. But it looks like some of that energy right now is further off towards the east, so we'll have to also keep an eye on that. But for now, we're going to keep that slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly for Lake County for later on this afternoon. They'll be brief and they won't be a whole lot in terms of activity. Now we'll have another weak system move through the region for tomorrow. That'll also give us a chance for mostly towards Lake County, towards the Oregon Cascades and Siskiyou County as well. And then Saturday, you can see there's a lot more clouds. We're going to have another system, a stronger system, moving to the region at that time. And that's also going to cool us off. So if you like the cooler temperatures, hey, you got something to look forward to. But right now, we're going to be looking at temperatures into the 80s here once we get towards this afternoon. Eventually we'll make it into the low 90s, so we'll be just a little bit warmer for today than we saw yesterday, because yesterday we made 90s, so forecasting 92 for today. So here are those wind gusts. You can see maybe 20 to 25 miles an hour throughout the day, east the Cascades for the Rogue and Shasta Valleys, and along the Oregon coast, maybe upwards of 30 miles an hour up towards Port Orford. Now for the remainder part of the day today, for pretty much the peak, we're going to be looking at lots of sunshine, 92 degrees. It's going to be a very warm day throughout the Rogue Valley this afternoon. The wind should pick up over towards Brookings. If it does, especially out of the northeast, you'll probably make 80 degrees, but if it stays the way it's going right now, that'll kind of be a bust of a forecast. But upper 80s, low 90s east the Cascades, and generally 90 to 95 up and down I-5 for today. Forecast for tonight, mid to upper 50s and generally upper 50s to low 60s up and down I-5. We're going to be looking at pretty much mid to upper 50s for the Rogue Valley, low 60s for the Shasta Valley, and mid 50s for the Oregon coast. Unfortunately, there's no whole lot of relief in terms of the pollen for today all the way through the weekend, but we may get some relief, but it's going to take several days for that to occur. However, the hot temperatures that are over the region now, they're going to fire up a little bit more from the south towards the north for tomorrow. So tomorrow looks to be the hottest day in the region. We should be into the upper 90s. Then we have a system that moves through that was shown the clouds for Saturday. Saturday and Sunday will definitely be cooler. We'll also have the chance of some showers and thunderstorms in parts of the region as well. We get towards Monday, the heat tries to come back, but it doesn't last very long as we get into more of a west to east flow for at least the latter part of next week, and that looks to cool temperatures down quite a bit. So here's your forecast for the Oregon coast. 80 degrees for Brookings, that's what we're going for now, and then temperatures staying into the 70s for the rest of the week. A lot more clouds though over the weekend and cooler. For Northern California, 94 today, 98 for tomorrow. A slight cool down on Saturday, but more significant cooling, about 5 to 10 degrees once we go for Sunday. Klamath Basin, we can see some thunderstorms Thursday through Saturday, and eventually that'll taper off once we get to Sunday. Then highs go from the 90s and then go into the 80s beginning on Saturday. Cascades, 70s and 80s for the next couple of days. However, the best chance of any thunderstorms will actually be on Saturday. It'll actually be a decent chance in that region. And the Rogue Valley, we're not looking at any rain here. However, we are going to cool off once we get towards this weekend. Temperatures in the 80s, still warm, but not as warm as it's going to be for tomorrow. And then we do warm up a little bit next week, but then it cools right back off. So once we get to like 7 to 10 days out, maybe we can get in the 70s for highs. That'd be nice.
Yeah, so right now we're really like in the peak of our heat wave, and it's going to start to cool down now.
Yeah, today and tomorrow would be the peak, yeah, and then we cool off. So that's not so bad. It's not going to be long lasting, which is good.
Okay, perfect. Well, today and tomorrow, sunscreen, water, all that good stuff when you're outside.
That's right.
Thanks, Oliver. Let's
You
go
bet.
ahead and switch over to our health watch.